Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. I'm trying to create a cool effect here with lighting and texture. However, whatever it comes out to be, it's coming out to be. I kind of want to look like it's at an angle or a tilt because this is how I felt this morning. I felt like this crazy supernova energy where it was like everything is possible, let's get really creative. I started dipping into my cards. It's because I started working on the deck again and I created a new magician card and it just made me like art and color crazy, and I'm really excited if you guys want to go over to IG and see the new magician card. I just love it. It's a cloak that's just covered in trees and there's doves as well as crows in it. It just, it kind of like came to me as I was making it and piecing it all together. It's like I got more and more excited for all things tarot and all things creative. So I love this. So I just want to pull out some cards and just talk about them today, like supernova. I feel like we all have this energetic burst every once in a while. It can be for creativity, it can be for connecting with people, it can be simply as what color do we want to paint our nails, or what kind of food do we want to create. And we burst with this beautiful creative core energy of making something from raw materials or something that wasn't there before, but now it is. A bouquet of flowers you pick from your yard. Do one thing today that just creates a little magic or a little color or pop of specialness into your day. It can be the smallest of things, but it's something that you took the time and you created space for that you normally might not have because you think, oh, I have to mow the lawn or do dishes. It's Saturday, it's the weekend. Do something beautiful for yourself. And the Velvet Queen reminds us, create a beautiful ambiance around you whenever you can. Have a gorgeous aesthetic, even if it is a fresh bouquet of flowers at your dinner table, even if it is like a new front rug on your deck or something of that matter, that when you look at it, it wasn't there before and it improves the environment. I love that because the Velvet Queen says, add a little zhuzh to something, add a little color, add a little bit of specialness to remind yourself the reverence of space you have around you, the reverence you want to pay for. When you look at something, it pleases your eye. I love sea glass, like in just a glass bowl or something, or some kind of receptacle that's clear. Something about sea glass reminds me, transports me back to childhood and just loving it and adoring it and taking the time to look in the sand for it, right? Like we have time. We always have time to look for special treasures. And I came upon another deck that I hadn't seen in a while, and this was one of my favorite cards. And I love Angkor Wat because it's saying, I have the courage to live my heaven on earth. As above, so below. I'm aware that sometimes things must fall apart to be reborn as I would wish. That old relationship that's stale and not going anywhere and isn't improving and it's just stagnant, that we let it go away so we create a healthy void for what's meant to be there. Same thing with things that are cluttering your house. Time to spring clean and get rid of that old wardrobe, the old couch that's ratty, sweaters that are pilly, all those things. Let's let go of those. We're meant to have beauty and renewal. So sometimes we have to let the old decay and fall apart so we can have new. Like it kind of like really tug at my heartstrings to have our old tree in the front yard torn out because it's there ever since we moved here 20 years ago. But then when it was all broken down and put in the backyard, I could see, the hollowed out, the decay of it and how it wouldn't have lasted much longer. Anyway, now we can plant some beautiful new trees as well. I love the colors in that card too. Now I love this Avebury Standing Stones. I seek knowledge and receive greater knowledge when I am ready. Greater power means greater responsibility. It's a natural part of life to exclude and include. Discernment is necessary, right? Oops. What do we want to bring in and learn about? And every once in a while, I'll pop up on YouTube and I'll be like, oh, who is this reader, or what is this TED Talk? And really have kind of an open mind and open heart about learning new things as well, because I constantly want to seek information in my pursuit of anything. It can be astrology, it can be tarot, mostly it is the inner workings of all things spiritual, because there's such an evolution daily. Somebody can have one little pocket of knowledge that opens up an entire new thesaurus for me. One little aspect. Like right now I'm really interested in different types of astrology, especially knowing there's the fixed astrology, tropical, and now the expansion into other studies of that. I'm really interested in that. But I want to show you guys something, because when I ran into this card, it blew my mind, because I actually lived there in Taos, New Mexico, and it was a beautiful artistic community. And I remember every day driving through there and picking up my friends' children at this wonderful school and being able to see the sunset at about that time on the ride home. And it was one of the most amazing things. And we are one. I exercise self-care and care for my community. There is no one spiritual path but many, right? I take from many different spiritual practices and religions as well. You know, my mainstay being that have your life and your philosophy be about love and support and care and inclusion. Include everybody. People are so awesome and amazing, and like when we take the time and we give a little bit of energy to learn about somebody, everybody has some little sparkle, some nuance, or something that's fantastic about them. And living in Taos, I just need to have a sip of coffee real quick, taught me some amazing things. First of all, that was the first place I ever got to fire a machine gun, which was weird, and it was pretty awesome. And it wasn't in battle, it was just somebody we knew had these, they were licensed for these arms, and we got to practice in their back. They actually had like a compound, and we lived on there with them, and it was absolutely amazing. And I remember just when you're driving through the mountains, you have such a sense of awe of how large the world really is when you're in one place and it looks like it goes on forever, and the colors and the textures and the sunsets and everything. It's a super artistic, beautiful community as well. Really impacted that kind of artistic thread within me, going, wow, you know, there is a lot more than I am exercising within my mind, my spirituality, my creative endeavors. And places like that can do that for that. Now, I loved this card too. My favorite place around me, and you guys constantly probably see pictures of me at Waveney Park, because it is forest, it is woods, but it also has a lake and manor houses. It's an artistic place. It's beautiful. Whenever I go there, my blood pressure drops immediately. I take deep cleansing breaths. I feel awesome. So I know there are places upon this earth that resonate deeply within me. I open myself to the healing power of these places. They are unique, just as I am unique. And I would love for you guys to comment down below what it is for you. Is it a lake? Is it the ocean? The ocean also. Just hearing waves is so cathartic and cleansing, right? Sometimes it's a beautiful starry night in your own backyard. Some people it is, again, just sweeping hills and mountains. Mine is also bird sanctuaries where I just hear birds. There's something about just hearing birds and being in nature and hearing nothing else. So beautiful. I'd love for you to comment down below, what is your favorite place? And what do you feel when you're there? When I feel a sense of calm, reverence, and present moment awareness, because I don't care about anything else, because the place that I am at is so magical, that is what is special, right? I love when I see people at the beach just in a chair, they have a book, they have a bottle of water, and they're just stare out into the sea. You can see the peace within their soul. You can see the calm. Nothing phases them. That is what we are meant to do. That is how we're meant to spend our Saturdays and Sundays. I want to tell you something that moved me so much last night. I took a different route to pick up Hagen after his volleyball game. And I went through Midtown, where all the bars and clubs and everything are in Stanford. And everybody was outside. The mandates have been lifted for some of these places if you have had both of your vaccinations. And to see everybody at outdoor cafes and dancing and singing and walking and talking and laughing, and young people looking so happy to reconnect, it just made my soul like sing. I was like, it was palpable, the energy of that, of the freedom and the connection, and people feeling the joy. And I loved that. It was electric, and it was amazing. And that's what our favorite place should do for us. And oftentimes it is as simple as my backyard, when Merlin and moonbeams and all the birds come out. It is one of my favorite places. And I feel like we are guided there, and we are supposed to be there, because it is cleansing, it is healing, it is creatively active for us as well. We start to daydream and see, think, and feel the things that we should. feel good about ourselves, who we are, and not feel rushed and hurried or harried, but just feel at peace and feel grounded. And I would love for you guys to find your place and go there very soon, and know that you're worthy to be there and accept this healing and loving and creative energy from this place, because there are so many places, right? And I feel like Yellowstone is one of those places that it definitely calls to me, and that I want to be there. And you see what was next? My own backyard. Home is where we make it. I can find sanctuary every day. And I hope that you guys do. You just look out your window and you see the beauty and the magic that's out there. If it's a single flower, if it's a beautiful tree, if it's a bird, whatever it is, let it be healing and light bringing and restful to you, because that's what nature does, and that's what we should use it for and implement every day. Take off your shoes and go walk in your backyard naked. Naked! Oh my God! Naked! It's so funny that came out, because the next one of the cards I'm looking at is a naked woman, and I'm like, okay, calm down. Okay, maybe not so much naked unless you're having sex or something. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Barefoot, squeeze me barefoot. All of a sudden all your neighbors are your best friends. They're like, what are you doing today? You're like, you macro dosing, or what's your scene? And it's so funny. Like, I use zero anything. Like, I wish that chemicals worked like that on my body, but pot makes me freaked out and anxious. Alcohol just works as a weird thing for me. I'm immediately tired and want to go to sleep, or I'm hyperactive. I tried mushrooms once going to Block Island, and I actually hurt my throat laughing, because me and Chuck had like similar sunglasses, and we were all laughing so hard, and it was so weird, but it kind of scared me, the fact that I didn't remember parts of it, even though, you know, you're not out like creating havoc and burning stuff down. I don't like mind gaps and all of those things, and I do like to feel like I have a modicum of control, and the fact that I have kids and they could need rides at any point or something of that nature, I don't like to be out of my good judgment zone, and or unable to operate something, you know what I mean, if I have to cook or operate a vehicle. So kudos to you guys that can, and it's like, I love reading about those experiences. It's just maybe in my younger years it worked a little better, but I feel like I don't need that right now. But and also, if your video cut out and then came back, please do not go in your backyard naked. Like I suggested, I meant barefoot. That's just so funny that came up. But I love my backyard, and I actually have enough privacy where I probably could, but it's one of those things where sometimes I'm talking and I'm shooting videos, and then when it's quiet, I can hear my neighbors' voices carry, and I think, oh my God, they must think I am a hot ass lunatic with some of the stuff that I say in my videos, because some private videos, they pertain to very specific things and anomalies and things, so they must just think they know who I am and what I do. But oh my God, it must sound like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'm so glad it isn't 1666, because I'd be burned at the stake, whiplash style, like not even, no question asked. The Spanish Armada and the Inquisition would be showing up at my doorstep. Girl, you're cooked. Like, it's so funny. Sometimes when I really go to that place in my head where I really feel free and happy, I feel like anything goes, and I don't judge myself and what I say and what I think and do and feel. And that's wonderful. And that's what I want for all of you guys this weekend. Just go supernova, go to places you love, be with people you love, feel good, transcend this ridiculous 3D heavy, stupid energy where people are in this matrix. Oh, I need to go antiquing and buy things and buy things and buy things and all that. But not like I love antiquing, but you know what I mean? Like I have to keep up with the Joneses and put on, you know, it's you know what's getting to me, I think, is IG, where people are just posting all this super weird, like their faces don't even look like their faces, because they use all those apps to make their faces younger or whatever, and it freaks me out. And I'm just like, people, just be you. It's okay. We're not meant to look like these crazy cutout renditions of ourselves. We just are who we are, and the sooner we accept that, I feel like the happier we are, right? So you guys, you're the absolute best. Please share anything cool you're doing this weekend. I would love to hear about it, especially if you are antiquing and doing it in the nude. I would love to see that on IG. So you guys are the absolute best. Love and light.